Hi guys, welcome back to 375 Dance Studio. My name is Amanda and today I will be taking you step by step through a Batucada. If you don't know what Batucada is, here's a video. Okay, so we're going to take it step by step and little by little we are going to add different actions. So first, we're just gonna get used to stepping back, putting that heel down and the front foot going up onto the toe and having a bent knee. So again, when this foot goes back, my left foot goes back, it straightens, goes down, and the other foot comes up on the toe with a bent knee. So we go and step back, and step back, and step back, and step back. Another thing to be aware of, when you step back, when you go up on this toe, make sure you're on the inside edges of the big toe, yeah? So we're not flat and we're not on that outside edge, we're on the inside edges of that big toe. So we do this and do it again. Step back, inside edges, step back, inside edges, step back, step back, step back, step back, step back, and back. Batucada has 3 steps in total. So we just got used to stepping back. So we step back on, that's 1 step. Then we do 2, and we replace the back foot 3. And again, we step back 1, step onto the front foot 2, and back and replace 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Another thing to be aware of is that when we step back on 1, when we do 2, we have to stay up on that ball of the foot. And it's only partially transferring the weight there. So we don't want to fully get our weight over that front foot. We want to just put a little bit of weight into that front foot to then replace the back foot. Okay, one more time. 1, stay on the ball of the foot, a little bit of weight to go into the front foot so I can replace that back foot. 1, ball and step. 1, little bit of weight and step. 1, a little bit of weight and step. 1, a little bit of weight and step. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we just took our little baby steps. We started just going back, and now we did our 1, 2, 3. Now let's talk about and move up the body. What are hips doing, and how are they reacting to what our feet are doing? So I'm gonna take a step back with that right foot. We have 1. From here, my right hip should be back. When I'm putting the partial weight onto my left foot, my hip is also going there with the weight. So forward, we're getting a pendulum action forward. From here, when I replace my back foot, my hip is going to make a rotation around to let that leg go back. And again, pendulum forward and rotation. Pendulum forward and rotation around. Pendulum forward and rotation around. Pendulum forward and rotation around. Forward and rotation around. Forward and rotation. Forward and rotation. Okay? I'm gonna do it to the front so you guys can see a little bit better. So I'm gonna start with my right foot going back. I'm gonna step, I'm gonna already have that rotation. Pendulum forward, so we get this little crunching action. So I don't want to let my head go up. So I don't want that to happen. I don't want this like rise in my head. So I just squeeze, I work in opposition, and I push down with my upper part of the body and up with my lower part of the body. So I get this little crunch. So that's our pendulum. Pendulum rotation. Pendulum rotation. Crunch and back. Crunch and around. Crunch and around. Crunch and around. Crunch and around. Crunch. Still maintaining the 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Also, if you notice, I take the step back on 1. I have this little pendulum crunching action on 2. Then, when I'm replacing this back foot, my front foot is doing like a tiny little ronde around to get backwards. So I replace, and from here, this leg is going, so I have a little bit of this tilt in my hip as it goes around, because it's doing a tiny little ronde to then get around back. Okay, and again, I have 1, this is 1, we have 2, and now I'm keeping the hip there, and I'm gonna straighten my leg and have a tiny little ronde going back. And 1, 2, and tiny little ronde. 1, 2, and tiny little ronde. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Batucada can be danced in many different rhythms, but we're just going to take the basic one for now. The basic rhythm of the Batucada is half, quarter, quarter, or 1 and a, 2 and a. So, let's put it all together with the 3 steps. We'll start with our right foot going back. I'll turn to the side so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. So we have 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a, 5 and a, 6 and a, 7 and a, 8 and a, 1. Okay? Now facing you, feet together, right foot going back, and 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a, 5 and a, 6 and a, 7 and a, 8 and a, 1. Alrighty guys, now we're gonna try it with slow samba music. Alrighty guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and you found it super helpful. If you have any other suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye.